a lifetime in repeat.
Hello guys and welcome back to Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. Last time we left off we just saw Leon get murdered because we found out that he's the one who killed Sayaka. And let's go on. What we saw, that was the true face of despair. I mean, if we can't call it that, what else could we call it? Man, my adrenaline is pumping right out of control. What's going on? Do we really have to keep doing this? I just can't take it. Hey, if you don't like it, all you gotta do is swear to cut all ties with the outside world and live here and accept living here forever. That's only if every single one of you can get on board with that. Man, fuck you. Why the fuck are you doing all this evil shit to us? Evil? You make it sound like I'm some dark, awful secret society type of guy. Or in this case, a dark, awful secret society type of bear. So why are you putting an upstanding young citizen like me through such a grueling ordeal? It seems like you're trying to use common sense to make some sense of something that doesn't make sense. That's like trying to put on a mile on a scale. I don't think it's possible. Hey, I don't think what you're saying and what I'm saying quite fit together. You piece of shit, I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna pound your ass into the ground. You must really hate me to get so angry, huh? But if you do that, you're barking way up the wrong tree. What happened, happened, because more than one of you decided you wanted to get out, right? No matter how much time passes, you can't cut free from your regrets from the outside world. You're to blame. Of course we can't cut free from the outside world. Being trapped in this insane place. You're trapped, are you? Well, I'm sure once you learn all the mysteries of the school, your thinking will change for sure. You'll think, boy, isn't it such wonderful how we all get to live here forever? What are you trying to say? I feel like there's some deeper meaning hidden in here. Just like before. When you say everyone, who exactly are you referring to? Sorry, I said everything I've got to say. I need to save some of the fun for later. And just like that, he was gone. He left us there, overwhelmed by a nightmare turned reality. Even after he was gone, we stood there forever, unable to move. Actually, no, it wasn't that long, I think. Everyone just lost sense of their time. We were all too scared. Scared of being alone. No one even tried to speak. Their faces were stone, their voices were dead. But it was in that moment. Makoto, can I talk to you for a second? She moved in close and whispered into my ear. Before we head back, there's something I want to talk to you about. It's about Sayaka, isn't it? I'm surprised you figured it out. I told you before the class trial started, you had to figure out the mystery of this case yourself. You wanted me to realize how Sayaka betrayed me by myself, didn't you? The thought never crossed my mind. I feel like such a fool, becoming such an easy target like that. Sayaka meant to double-cross you. That's a fact that you can never change. But even till the very end, she wasn't for sure of her decision. That's why, as she lay dying, she was thinking of you. She was thinking of me? You can't just say something like that. I mean, there's no way you can know that. Only Sayaka would know for sure, and we can't ask her now. Even if you can't ask her, you can infer, don't you think? Her final thought was how she could protect you. What? The fact that she used her last ounce of energy to leave her dying message proves it. If she didn't care what happened to you, she never would have left that message. Well, maybe she just wanted to get back at the person who killed her. That's certainly one possibility. But I don't think that's what it is. She was uncertain. She wasn't sure she could kill someone or deceive you, which is why her plan failed. Her hesitation attracted failure. It's almost ironic when you think about it. Why are you telling me all this? Because you're the kind of person who can overcome this. Because you can move past the depths of your friends, Sayaka and Leon, and keep moving forward. Also, guys, I apologize. Where I live, there's a huge storm, and it's been doing this all day, so if you hear weird noises and like loud noises, it is probably the huge storm outside of my window. Without someone like that, the others would never have been able to break free of such desperate situation. Move past their deaths? I could never do that. No, I'm going to carry them with me for the rest of my life. How could I possibly move past something like that? Leon, Sayaka, I'll carry them with me forever. I'll carry their memories with me wherever I go. So instead of forgetting them, you're choosing the hard road. Well, I have high expectations for you. As she said that, she revealed the smallest smile. By the way, I have to admit, I'm curious. How did you know I wanted to tell you about Sayaka? Oh, well, I'm psychic. That was cute. Kidding. I have pretty good intuition. And that is the end of chapter 1. Wow. Alright, I guess we're gonna move on to chapter 2. Yep. Okay. Is this just gonna... Oh. It's gone. She really is gone. It's almost like there was never anything there to begin with. Every last sign of Sayaka's existence has disappeared without a trace. It's just like he said. After the class trial, before we took the elevator back up, Monokuma told us. Oh, I almost forgot. Since the class trial is over, I'll go ahead and dispose of all the corpus. It's okay, no need to thank me. Just seeing your delighted smiling faces is thanks enough for me. After all, nobody wants to look at a rotting corpse every day. That can't be good for your health. I didn't even have time to mourn Sayaka or Junko's death. I'm sure that's exactly why he did it. It's a bad choke, a sickening dream, but I have to accept that reality of it all. I headed back to the dining hall to meet up with the others. Sorry I'm late. Hey, are you okay, Makoto? You sure take your sweet time. I was just about to go and get you and drag you back here. Sorry. Man, Tucky, you have no... You don't even care. Okay. So what happened? Was your room fixed up like you said? I imagine it'd be pretty hard to sleep with a rotting corpse in your bathroom. Jesus, that's fucked up, man. Why would you say something like that? My room was spotless. There wasn't nothing left. Like the whole thing never happened. It must be tough staying there, knowing what happened. Why don't you stay in Sayaka's room? Well, staying there with her scent still hanging in the air, that would hurt just as much. Plus, I've decided that I can't turn away from her death. Makoto? Hey, cheer up. Getting depressed isn't going to help anything, right? If we all work together, I'm sure we'll find a way out of here. So everyone just try and cheer up and get back on track. Is that honestly supposed to make us feel better? We were already working together, and yet someone was still murdered. Anyone could betray us at this point. Now that it's happened once, it's a question of when, not if, the next one will take place. Yeah, because Sayaka made the first move. But if we work together against the mastermind, nobody will have any reason to do something like that. Keep telling yourself that. I'll be over here in the real world. Working together, fighting a common enemy. Like it or not, it's not that simple. What do you mean? The mastermind seems to be much more powerful than we ever expected. They took over Hope's Peak, which was supposed to be well defended, then modified it to their desire. They created Monokuma, which seems to be incredibly advanced, and they're providing for our every need. And then the cherry on top is the execution we witnessed. Everything is planned down to the last excruciating detail. This is not the work of your everyday psychopath. Defying them may be too great of a risk. Then what are we supposed to do? Anyone who truly does want to escape will just have to follow the rules. In which case, the only option is to deceive those around you and win the game. No what? I don't want to live. If it means killing someone else to do it. I don't want to kill anyone else. Anyone else? What do you mean? Leon died because we all voted for him, right? It's no different from us killing him ourselves. If we hadn't voted for him, then we all would have died instead, right? That isn't what you wanted, is it? She's right. If you heap that kind of blame on yourself, you'll turn into a full-fledged masochist. Chihiro, listen. You're not to blame. Not you, not Leon, and not Sayaka. The mastermind is responsible for everything that's happened. We had no choice but to vote, and I can't even imagine what would have happened to us if we refused. And in the end, it was Monokuma who ultimately killed Leon. So don't waste your anger on yourself. Instead, direct it all to the mastermind. Yep, it's nighttime. Oh, okay. Okay. What was that about just now? Was he saying it's our fault what happened? That's pretty cool, man. That piece of shit, what does he think he is? And so the day drew to a close. A tense, maddening day that saw the deaths of 3 classmates, Sayaka, Junko, and Leon. But this is just the beginning. Our despair has only just begun. Chapter 2. Okay. I woke up the next day to Monokuma's normal morning announcement, then he called us all to the gym. What's he gonna do this time? We were practically frozen with fear, but Monokuma was determined to get us all involved in his little game. And with the goal in mind, he began it. This is sick. That's wrong. Doesn't it just feel great being stuck inside like this? You gotta make sure to stay healthy. You're the one keeping us stuck inside. Don't sweat the small stuff. That's my motto. Whoa, I sounded pretty cool just now, don't you think? Did you fall in love with me? Am I just gonna die? Am I just to die for? Am I just going to die in writhing agony for? So why did you call us here? Certainly it wasn't just to make us exercise. Just to make you exercise? Just to make you exercise? If the exercise makes you laugh, exercise will make you cry. Now, if you keep doing these exercises, you will uncover the secret of the assassin's fist. Passed down from generation to generation in the Empire of Darkness, the power can be yours. That sounds like the kind of junk a middle schooler would come up with. It doesn't matter, just get to the point. Oops, I was trying to read that as Monokuma. It doesn't matter, just get to the point. Did you really call us down here just to exercise? Of course not. You think I have that kind of free time in my hands? Okay, so then... I'd like to make an announcement. Every time you overcome a class trial here at Hope Speak Academy, a whole new world will open up to you.
A whole new world, a dazzling...
A whole new world? It'd really suck if you had to live here forever with nothing new to stimulate you. Besides, I know how you kids get these days with your ADD and ADHD. I gotta keep you motivated. So go ahead and look all around you want. Enjoy the brave new post-trial world till you explode. With that, Monokuma disappeared, leaving us even more confused than we had shown up. But a new world? Is he talking about a way to get outside? That seems unlikely. Well, we don't know till we look. Whatever he meant, it seems like we'll have to search the school one more time. Okay, then let's split up and start investigating. When you're done, everyone meet back up at the dining hall and we'll share what we found. You're basically a one-trick pony, you know that? More like a staple food force. Now let's get moving. Seeing his words as their signal, everyone scattered and left the gym. Okay, so we have new areas to explore. I do not want to talk to Hero, so... Oh, look at that! Right here. The gate that was blocking the stairs has been opened. Is that what Monokuma meant by a new world? If so, what's up there? That's why we're going to find out. This is the second floor of the school. Maybe there's some kind of clue here. Yeah, I'm sure of it. There's got to be something here. Alright, let's... Every time the music plays, I'm like cautious you guys can't hear me. So like I mess with it a lot and I just need to stop it. Okay, what's down here? Oh, that is to another area. I think this is a classroom. Yep, it is. This must be what he meant by New World. I should probably take a really close look around. Okay. Fine then. Bye. So, let's go this way. What is this supposed to be? Like a little bar? Another classroom. Can I not look at the... Oh. Okay, so there's nothing in here. There's a library, though. But still, the library is most interesting. Huh? What's interesting about it? Oh, nothing. I was just thinking out loud. Okay, you're rude. I want to talk to Kyoko. It's remarkably dusty in here, and the lighting is less than the ideal. For a library, it's not the kind of place I'd want to do much reading in. The shelf is packed tight with books, but looking at it, the whole thing is incredibly dusty. It looks like this library's been neglected for a pretty long time. Even though it's a prestigious high school, they've been pretty careless about keeping it nice. There's a lick there of dust on the top of the desk. It looks like this library's been neglected. Oh. The shelf is covered in dust, but on the shelf is a letter. What's this? Hope's Peak Academy? It was buried under a thick layer of dust. It must have been sitting there for quite a while. Well, shall we see what's inside? But we shouldn't read other people's mail without their permission. What we shouldn't do is leave this here without finding out what's inside. Okay. Excuse me, guys. I broke the seal on the dusty envelope and pulled out the single sheet of paper I found inside. I unfolded the paper and read what was written on there. From the Hope's Peak Academy Executive Office. Throughout the years, we have been committed to shaping the youth who will one day shape the world. We have a long, proud history as an institution of higher learning with full government support. Our graduates and our society ready to take on an active leadership roles in every major job field. However, Hope's Peak Academy must now lower the certain lower the curtain on its glory history for the time being. This decision was not easy for one to make, but serious issues beyond our control have made it unnecessary. But make no mistake, this is not the end for Hope's Peak Academy. We intend to reopen our doors as soon as the issues forcing our closure have been resolved. That being said, this is the end for now, and I would like to personally and sincerely thank everyone of your help and support over the years. For now, we are awaiting official governmental authorization to formally cease operations. What does this mean? The contents of this letter are quite interesting indeed. Hope's Peak Academy stopped functioning as a school, and judging by the amount of dust the letter had collected, it doesn't seem it's happened recently. If I had to guess, I'd say this letter could be at least a year old. So you're saying Hope's Peak is closed down for at least a year ago? Most likely the mastermind took over the abandoned school in order to put this little performance. But that would mean it was closed when I got here a few days ago. But I didn't get that sense at all. Plus, if the school had shut down, don't you think it would have been in all that newspaper and stuff? I mean, you're saying it could have happened over a year ago, right? But before I got here, I looked stuff up online about the school and never saw anything about this. That must have been all about the mastermind's plan. They lured us all here in. Someone who could create a place to judge and execute people who could potentially be capable of anything. Of course, that's all assuming that this letter is real. If it is real, that does solve one mystery surrounding the school. The reason there are no other students here could be because the school had really closed down. That would be a nice, simple solution, it's true. But then, what about this other part? Right, yeah, so it said there was something that made them shut down Hope's Peak Academy. What did they mean by serious issues? That's apparently why the school had to close. Is there any connection between that and what's happening to us now? If the two events are in fact connected, uncovering the connection would be a useful clue on top of figuring out the mastermind's motive. Although I can't really say any more until we find more details. So in other words, only the mastermind knows the truth right now. The mastermind's motive, if we can figure out why they wouldn't want to imprison us all here, will that be enough to get us out of here? Or... what's behind this door? It's some kind of archive. All I saw in there was a stack of old books and files. I can't imagine what business you'd have in there. That's true, I don't really have any... That was rude. What if I wanted to look in there? Yeah, so these are all the same. Books that have been neglected and dust. I'm absolutely shocked. How come? They have all these books here, not one copy of any of my works. Well, yeah, why would they have any comics in a library? Plus, most fanfic is just porn drawn by a bunch of amateurs. And you just don't get it. Not at all. I do too get it. And with a face like yours, anyone can tell nothing you do is worthwhile. Say whatever you want about me, but never judge a book by its author. Now hear this. Appearance means nothing at all. What you see before you is nothing more than a rind that contains the meaty pulp of my genius. My creations are what determine my meaning and value. You're so full of it. I'm used to being misunderstood. You think weak acts like yours will drop my HP? Yeah. So I don't see anything else to check out here. Apparently there is. It looks like a laptop. The laptop looks pretty old and it's all covered in dust. It's broken. I tried pressing the power button earlier, but nothing happened. It's broken, huh? Too bad. Oh, I was hoping I could go use it and get online and see what's happening on the outside world. If it's broken, there's nothing I can really do about it. Yeah, I do. Yeah. Anything else up here? Oh. Okay. Nothing of importance. Oh. Oh, Makoto, hey, guess what? Guess what I found? A pool. There's a pool here. A pool, 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 pool. You don't have to keep repeating it. I got it. And there's tons of exercise equipment in the locker room. Sakura is going to go nuts when she finds out. Yeah, you're right about that. Hina seems way more excited than usual. Hey, Chihiro, have you checked out the pool yet? No. I don't like wearing swimsuits. Yeah, you do seem like the type who might not be that kind of thing. Still, it sounds like the locker rooms here have full of exercise equipment you could ask for. Maybe I'll give it a try. I like to get a little stronger. You want to get stronger? I have to say that's kind of unexpected. But I'm not even brave enough to step foot into the locker room. Huh? You don't even want to go in the locker room? It's not that I don't want to. It's just I don't get it. If she's afraid of the locker rooms or something, that's a pretty weird phobia, though. The second floor is opened up, the living area here has grown, and the number of facilities are now available. Whatever else is going on, I must admit these things have made much more comfortable for us. If things continue like this, the occasional class trial might not be so bad. And I guess you need your handbook to get into the locker rooms. Really? Really? If you want to unlock the locker room, you'll have to swipe your personal handbook across the card reader to next to the door. However, to ensure maximum security with each locker room, only a boys' handbook can open the boys' locker, and the same goes for girls. And that's the bottom line. But what if someone opens the door and someone else sneaks in? Anyone who commits such indecency will be punished without mercy for their scandalous sexual depravity. See, there's a Gallatin gun mounted to the ceiling, right? And it'll be all ducka. I bet it really hurt to get shot by that thing. No, I think it'd be a little worse than that. But what happens if someone loans their handbook to someone else? A boy could borrow a girl's handbook and that would get them in the girl's locker room, would it not? That never even occurred to me. I think someone could be so low, so cowardly, so devilish. Okay, then, how's this sound? Time for a new rule. As this moment on, loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. There, so now nobody can give their e-handbook to anybody else, right? You like that? I'm kind of a genius, right? It's because my brain is 100% cotton. I don't imagine anyone who would have lent their handbook out in the first place. After all, they would likely be held responsible for anything that person might do without using that handbook. But you seem awfully concerned with all this locker room security stuff. It's because all you teenagers are sex-crazed maniacs. You're at that age you would try humping a plastic bottle. So to keep anything unseemly from happening, I had to maintain a righteous... I'd ask that you keep the same close eye on our dorms. If some man and some woman decided to share a room, there would be nothing to stop them. All I care about is protecting the holy image of the school itself. I don't care what happens in your private dorm rooms, by force or by cunning. Oh, do whatever you want. I hate you so much. Okay, so the new regulation is now in place. See ya. That stupid bear totally ruined my mood. Maybe I'll go take a dip to cheer myself up. Celeste, Chihiro, you want to come with me? There's nothing more than I hate getting water on my face. I'll pass this time. How come? You were in a funk. There's nothing better than a good swim to pull you out. Pretty sure that only applies to you. Yeah. There was nothing that led to an exit, so... Back here we go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, how did it go? Did anyone discover any interesting new anything? There's a library. And a pool, a frickin' pool, and locker rooms filled with exercise equipment. There was not, however, any resembling an escape route. Yeah, she's right. Well, hey, there's no reason to get all sulky. Wait till you hear about my amazing discovery. The warehouse and bathhouse on the first floor of the dorms are now open. And the warehouse is chock full of food. I am disgusting. Clothes, whatever you want, there's so much it's insane. So go ahead and stuff yourself with the girls whenever you feel like. Keep in mind, of course, that going out at nighttime is still prohibited. Please do not forget. Okay, what about a fucking way out of here? You find anything like that? Oh, well, there wasn't anything in the warehouse we could use to get our asses out of here? Nothing? Unfortunately, no, not that I saw. You fucking people. Who gives a shit if we have a goddamn pool now or a warehouse or whatever the fuck? We're still trapped in this piece of shit school. We need to find a goddamn way out. Now, there's no point in taking your anger out on us. Adaption is key, yes? For now, we must find our way to enjoy our new current situation. Whatever say, you fucking loon. For now, let's just continue our investigation and let everyone know if we should discover something. So, are we done for today? Well, yeah, I guess so. The air seemed to suddenly grow heavy again. Was this the new mastermind's plan to give us hope just to turn around and betray that hope? Alright. We all promised not to leave our rooms during nighttime. There's not much else I do. I guess I'll just go to bed. Mr. Monokuma, do you have a second? I don't really like myself. I don't have any kind of skill or hobby I can say I'm super good at. And my grades are totally average, too. My reflexes are okay. Not great, not awful. I could get into a decent college where I'd make a few friends, maybe even find a normal girlfriend. Which is exactly why I don't like who I am. I understand that now. My life is just one giant copy-paste. I don't have any imagination. I'm perfectly average cardboard cutout. That was weird. Alright guys, and that is going to be the end of our video. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I think this is going well, it's doing well, and so on and so forth. So, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell to know when I post, and while you're down there, leave a like and a comment. Thanks.
Lifetime in repeat.